In their pursuit of the American dream, a troubling trend has emerged among our nation's newly minted college graduates. As the job market cools from the feverish hiring of recent years, we are witnessing a stark divide among the sexes in how they are navigating these uncertain economic waters. Let's start with the discouraging data. 1 in 5 male college graduates under 25 is currently neither employed nor actively seeking work, according to the latest government figures. This stands in contrast to their female counterparts, whose workforce participation rate has held steady. Why the divergence? The answer may lie in the different psychological frameworks shaping how young men and women approach this critical career juncture. When confronted with a tightening job market, young male graduates appear more inclined to bide their time on the sidelines, waiting for the ambrosial job offering to arise, the six-figure salary, corner office, and corner on the market they envisioned while poring over their texts. Women, on the other hand, seem to adopt a more pragmatic tact. Perhaps born of necessity or shaped by societal expectations, they demonstrate a tremendous resilience, often turning to part-time piecemeal work or positions below their skill level to gain an all-important toehold and paycheck. When faced with unemployment or with a tough job market, women are resourceful and practical about making money in the moment as opposed to just giving up, remarks Natasha Quadlin, a University of California sociologist studying this phenomenon. Their male counterparts may perceive such stopgap roles as threats to status and identity. Beneath these gender disparities lurk deeper sociological undercurrents, the echo of old stereotypes about a man's role as family breadwinner, the sobering realities of the gender pay gap prompting female flexibility. Regardless of root causes, the pattern is clear. A willingness among young female graduates to do whatever it takes to gain experience and income versus a male inclination to wait for the perfect opportunity. One cannot ignore the economic privileges potentially enabling such disparate approaches. According to census data, a record 73.2% of men under 25 were living with relatives last year versus 68% of women. With parents fronting room and board, some feel empowered to rebuff less ideal employment scenarios and hold out for the desired brass ring. There's more acceptance of bailing out right now, of not continuing to push forward, says Marcy Merriman of EY, a firm studying Generation Z's attitudes. There's increasingly less stigma of staying at home or letting mom and dad continue to support you. This dynamic reflects a profound shift from past eras when young people were expected to promptly join the workforce after school, often taking any job available to achieve self-sufficiency. The safety net of returning home carried stigma, but evolving cultural mores appear to have upended these narratives, at least for some segments of society. The consequences of such generational and gender divides in career launch tactics merit scrutiny. Will the pragmatic young women ultimately leapfrog their more patient male peers by racking up valuable experience? Or will the higher-paying fields still dominated by men ensure long-term advantages for those willing to stay choosy at the outset? Only time will tell regarding setbacks and payoffs yielded by each pathway. One factor skewing the playing field. While women have made tremendous academic strides, overtaking men on college campuses, they continue clustering in less lucrative majors like the liberal arts and social sciences. Nearly 4 out of 5 2023 graduates in the highest-paying fields were male. This pipeline issue inevitably curbs women's career trajectories and earnings potential from the start. We heard the story of Victoria Tobias, an Air Force veteran who returned to school seeking new opportunities, only to face a barrage of lowball offers and internship proposals. Despite her military service and newly minted social work degree, the professional world's failure to properly value her remarkable credentials and appreciate her potential is sadly emblematic of the hurdles too many talented women still face. On the other side of the coin lies Brandon Solon, whose lofty $100,000 salary ambitions after earning a computer science degree from Georgia's Kennesaw State hit a brick wall of reality. No interviews from some 500 applications. He eventually landed an engineering role in Austin, though at a lower pay grade than initially anticipated. His disappointment echoes the recalibration of expectations faced by many in his graduating class. It's a humbling awakening to the demands of the real world, one that past generations also experienced but may feel more acutely today. In an era of wealth inequalities, soaring college costs, and mounting student debt burdens, these young people carry immense pressures to rapidly achieve financial security upon graduation. The stakes are simply higher than in past eras to rapidly secure a meaningful career footing. As these personal vignettes illustrate, No path forward comes without complications and compromise in today's economy. The data illuminates worrisome gender discrepancies likely stemming from age-old social conditioning. And the broader trends reflect an increasingly Hobbesian winnowing of the workforce, a brutish job market culling where only the most tenacious and resourceful may thrive. Yet, amid the daunting challenges, glimmers of hope and inspiration still emerge. Solon, having momentarily lost his way, ultimately forged ahead and landed his role. Tobias, unbowed in her quest for meaningful work, relentlessly pounded the pavement until her break arrived. Their stories remind us that the American dream still beckons for those willing to stay the grueling course through adversity. However, the data signals this cohort may face more uphill climbs than graduates of the past to reach their aspirational summits. For the health of our society and economy, we have an obligation to encourage and empower these young people, our future leaders, innovators, and drivers of prosperity. By removing artificial barriers, countering corrosive stereotypes, and reinforcing the timeless values of perseverance, perhaps we can level the playing field. In so doing, we must reaffirm that the American dream is not about achieving success without setbacks. It's about diligently scaling life's obstacles to keep that dream alive, fueled by a spirit of pragmatism and determination, hallmarks long embodied by the nation's women, and virtues their male counterparts must now urgently embrace.